Hello everyone and welcome to today's class in data analysis. So today we'll be talking about where operators in MySQL. Okay, in our previous class we talked about how to create a database using MySQL Workbench and MySQL command line. So in this class we'll be talking about where operators in MySQL. Okay, this is one of the easiest topics to understand, so I believe you won't find it difficult. But if you have any question, please do indicate and ask your questions. Okay, so we'll be going ahead to comparison operators. We'll be using comparison operators first, and then we'll move to the next ones. Okay, so comparison operators, they are just like symbols. Okay, it's just symbols that are used to compare two values in order to get a better output, okay, depending on what we are looking for. So we already created a database for this class, so let me go ahead and select the database and the table that has been created already. So we do select all from the name of the database. The name of the table is land area, from land area, and then we run the query. So this is everything we have in our database. This is our table right here. This is our table right here. We have 8 countries, we have states, we have price, and then we have Africa. Okay, so these figures right here, it doesn't really mean anything. It's just for the class. Okay, so let's go ahead and explain what this actually means. So the first one, we have the equal to. We have the equal to, that is this symbol right here. The equal to, we all know what equal to means, right? It means if something is equal to something. Okay, so it says retrieve all countries where country name is exactly Ghana. Here we have Nigeria, we have Ghana, we have the United States, we have India. So it says we should retrieve all countries where the name is exactly Ghana. So what does it mean? It means the country has to be equals to Ghana. Okay, that's all we want. So we go ahead and say select all from an area where country equals Ghana. Okay, and since we already have an SQL query up here, we can't just go ahead and click this execute button, because we have 2 right here. So all we have to do, we have to highlight this one first and then click on it. So this will give us country that has the name Ghana. Okay, this is all we have, and it means our code worked. So we have to move to the next one, which is not equal to. We have 2 symbols. You can either use this or we use this. Now this means not equal to. This one means not, and this one means equals to, meaning it is not equals to. Or we can use this symbol right here, greater than and less than, joined together. Okay, so it says retrieve all countries that are not in Africa. So because we'll be writing this code again, let's just copy it and then we put it right here. It says select all from land area where country is not equals to, or rather we say Africa not equals to yes. So as you can see, we have Africa here, and then we have United States, and then we have India. So had it been this was an African country, you would have seen yes right here, showing that yes, it's an African country. But it says no right here, meaning it's not an African country. So what this code simply means is that we are selecting countries that are not where the Africa is not yes. The value in the Africa is not yes. So if it's not yes, it means it's no, right? So this code worked perfectly. So we have to move to the next one, which is greater than. So it says retrieve all countries with a price greater than 400. So we paste this. I say price greater than 400, and then we highlight it. So we have Nigeria, we have India, we have Nigeria again, and we have India. So as you can see, the price, it doesn't matter what the country is, it doesn't matter what the state is, or whether it's Africa or not. It's only focused on the price. to extract countries with price greater than 400. So it's only focused on the price, so we have to move to the next one, which is greater than or equals to. Okay, so it says retrieve all countries with a price of 400 or more. So here we have to use greater than or equals to. So we say select all from land area where price is greater than or equals to 400. So it can either be 400 or above 400. So let's go. So here we can see price 500, 400, 700, and so on and so forth. So everything we can see here can either be 400 or greater than 400. So that is it about that, and we move to the next one, which says less than. Okay, it says retrieve all countries where price less than 500. Retrieve all countries with a price less than 500. Okay, so we just have to put it here, and then we say price less than 500, and then we run the query. So now, as you can see here, we have all the price less than 500. Okay, none of them is up to 500. It can either be 450. If we have 499, it will stop at 499, but once it has gotten to 500, it will not appear, because we are looking for the countries with price less than 500. So the next one says less than or equals to. So here we have to do this, and then we say less than or equals to 300, meaning it has to give us countries with price less than or equals to 300. So it can either be 300 or less than 300. So this is the only one we have with a price less than or equals to 300. Now we move to the AND operator. Okay, it says retrieve all African countries with a price greater than 300. Okay, now this is where we have to use AND operator to compare two comparison operators. Okay, so all we have to do is we write this. It says all countries with a price greater than 300. So first of all, it has to be an African country. All African countries, right? It has to be an African country. It has to be greater than 300. What does it mean? It means the Africa has to be yes, and then the 300, it has to be greater than 300. That's for 350, from 350 and above. So first we say Africa must be equals to yes, and price must be greater than 300. Okay, so this is it. As you can see, the other country, the previous country that was here, which was Ghana, okay, that has a price of 300, is no longer here, right? So here we have Ghana 350, Nigerian 500, and Nigerian 500. So as you can see, they all have Africa equals to yes, meaning they are all African countries with price greater than 300. So we move to the next one that says or operator. Okay, so retrieve all countries that are either Nigeria or India. Now in this one of them has to be true. Okay, one of them has to be true. It has to be India or it has to be Nigeria. If both of them are true, it can run the two of them. It can display the two of them. Okay, so let's go ahead and retrieve it. Where country equals to India or country okay, is not really my SQL is not really that case sensitive, but we have to, let me just use it. Country is equals to Nigeria. Alright, so let's run the query. So as you can see, we have Nigeria and we have India, meaning that the two of them are true. Two of the statements are true. We have countries that are Nigeria and we have countries that are India. So it has to run and display the two of them. So we move to the next one, which is the NOT operator. The NOT operator says retrieve all countries that are not Ghana. This one is very simple to do, okay, given what we did. So here all we have to do is we can use not equals to, okay, but because we've used it before, so I wouldn't want us to use it again. So here we can say something like not we say country equals Ghana, right? So it's going to show us all the countries that are not equals to Ghana. So we have every other country here except Ghana. Okay, so that's what this operator is all about. So we move to the next one that says combined comparison. So it says retrieve all African countries with a price between 300 and 600. So what it means is that the price should not be less than 300 and it should not be above 600. So what are we going to do? We say we copy this, hold on, we copy this, and then we say price less than 300. Okay, now this is combined operator, so we have to use and to combine it. Less than 300, okay, between, it has to be above 300, and price less than 600, right? And then we run the code. Now as you can see, we have countries with price between 300 to 600. It didn't get to 600 and it didn't get to 300. If we wanted to get to 600, or we wanted to, let's say we wanted to start from 300 and stop at 600, or we wanted to start from 300 and stop at 500, what we are going to do is we say greater than or equals to, and then here we say less than or equals to. Okay, this will show us countries with price from 300 to 500. Alright, so we move to the next one. This one says retrieve all countries that are either in Africa or have a price above 500. So it can either be in Africa or it will have a price above 500. So here we say where Africa is equals yes, or price greater than 500. Alright, so this is it. So we have countries here that are either in Africa or price above 500. So we have the two of them are true. We have countries in Africa, we have countries that are not in Africa that has price that are above 500. So it's either is in Africa or it will have a price above 500, which means if it's not in Africa, it should have a price above 500. Okay, if it's in Africa, it can have a price below 500. It doesn't matter. If it's not in Africa, it must have a price above 500. So here we have India. The state is Mumbai, and then the price is 700. Here we have India again, and then we have a price 550. Okay, so this is where I'll be stopping for today's class. I'll send you these ones. You have to do it as your assignment. You have to go through these ones and do them as your assignment. If you have any question, do not forget to ask me. So is there any question, please, before we proceed?